coming of a superior AI that has never been seen. Let me put this to you. I'll say something in a video. I'm not speaking French. I'm not speaking gibberish. I'm speaking to you in English. Not only that, I'm speaking to you on a recordable device whereby as many times as you want to draw it back for understanding, to really get what is she saying, what does she mean, you can. But then what you will do is I will speak English, you will hear Chinese, and then you will go off and begin to perform Chinese in your life. Then when you get Chinese results, then you will come back. But then why didn't she? And why? And then that's what she said. For instance, I'm speaking of a volcano. I've been speaking about an earthquake actually since July. And then I begin to see in my comments, September is the month of fulfillment. Do you know why you keep saying that I said that the earthquake is coming in September? Because after you watch me, you go to the pig trough where all the rapture people are waiting for the rapture on September. And then your cornflakes upstairs gets confused. You sleep a few nights and then your brain starts saying, oh yeah, the rapture people are saying September, but that's the same time the earthquake is coming. And then your cornflakes that are upstairs begins to mix the true with the lie. And then you end up confused. If you try that in the time where AI will set you a task, AI is going to set you a task in your future job one time. The AI will say, good morning, Sullivan. Today is your ascension day. We all know Ascension Day is the day that Jesus rolls up to heaven. These psychopaths are going to name it the Ascension Day because that's the day if you mess up one aspect of that task, you will be recommended for elimination. And then you too will ascend to be with your Lord super fast, quick. That AI, in your language, whether you're Indian, if it's Hindi you speak, whatever it is that you speak, Russian, whatever it is that you speak, that AI is going to say, good morning, Sullivan. Welcome to your Ascension Day task. Your task will be, and then that AI will begin to tell you exactly what the task will be. But you know where your brain is going to be? I'm so scared right now. What if I mess it up? And so your brain is going to be firing off 1,000 different tasks. And guess what task it's not going to be doing? It's not going to be listening to Siri, the murdering AI. You're not going to be locked into what she's saying so that you can save your life. You're going to start the, oh, Jesus, I'm so scared. Oh, no, they can't sneak me. You're going to start everything, right? That diffuses the brain like fumes into 1,000 different directions. And then at some point, she's going to say, begin. And that murdering AI is not the type that you get to run back. She doesn't have a little cursor that you can pull her back to say, oh no, she gave me the directions, but I chose that exact moment to give in to my fear that I never learned how to control. Oh no, I chose that exact moment to zone out because I was so scared. What if I mess up? You see, you're going to act as if the society we're going into has room for your humanity. And that's because you don't listen when I tell you that the society we're going into was crafted to destroy your humanity and replace it with something better. The transhuman. Nobody's interested in your humanity in the future. They're interested in the ascended man, the better man, the higher man, the man that is blended with machine. You that wants to stay the way that God made you, nobody's interested in you. We don't need you. You're a party pooper. You're getting in the way of progress. So they're going to be seeking every means to prove categorically means without a shadow of a doubt. They're going to set up a society that will constantly lean in to prove that we, as conceived by God, are flawed, and that the devil's version of humanity, the humanity conceived by Satan, the one that will willingly give out his arm to have the crushing robot arm, the one that will allow the cell phone to be put in his brain, connected through his eye, so that when he gets a phone call, it's a video call and he can see you in the eye and hear you in the ear without a handset. You're living in the age where people like Bill Gates are talking about digital tattoos, the end of the cell phone. Whenever these people make a joyful announcement and you see it in the science section of Yahoo, it just pops up. Bill Gates says the era of the cell phone is over. Elon Musk says we're all cyborgs at heart. Do you think that's a headline? Or do you think that that's a timer that's being put on the fact that you'll be allowed to sit at your house and eat chips or have dinner and watch me with the family? Which one do you think it is? Do you think it's just a random suggestion that these wealthy people are making? Or do you think it's not them following their demonic religion to make sure that they announce every step that they want to take? If you don't learn how to listen, when that AI tells you the task she wants you to perform one time on Ascension Day, she will not repeat herself. She's going to tell you one time. Whatever you heard from what she said, that's what you're going to work with. If you heard 40%, goodbye. Say hello to Jesus for us. You heard 60%, you might have a fighting chance, especially if you have a quick thinking mind that will be able to say, if this is the majority of the task, I think the bits I missed are this and this. But if you are someone who has been listening here, not wasting your time and mine, then when you're faced with that robotic death, you're going to realize that nothing is important in that moment. Not your husband, not your kids, nothing is important, but making sure that you lock into what she's saying, that you understand what she's saying. And if she says you have an hour to perform that task, then you're going to perform that task, calling on the name of Jesus the entire hour that you're working. You're going to ask him for wisdom. You're going to ask him for knowledge. You're going to ask him for understanding. You're going to know the entire bit of Isaiah 11 that says that the spirit of counsel, the spirit of might, the spirit of knowledge is upon him. That's the part you're going to be repeating in your heart. You're going to be repeating, I too have the mind of Christ. You're going to be repeating James chapter 1 and verse 5. You're not going to be spazzing out because somebody told you years in advance that there's a box for every spazzer. There is. I've always told you that Jesus loving you doesn't guarantee you a long life. I know you think I'm joking. But as we have entered into the time period where everything that I told you in the past is now a breaking news headline, breaking news, and you just think, she said this. She said this back in the days when she used to smile more. She said this, yeah. The old subscribers are linking the two. When Killer Siri is in front of you in the future, that I will not be sitting next to you to cheer you on through the screen, which is what some of you think I'm here to do. And you don't lock in when she says lock in. Then all I can say is say hello to Jesus for us. You'll be getting to him a lot faster than everybody else.